Good morning, everybody. Figured I'd share this project since I haven't been sharing many. So this is a valve cover for a 4-liter I've had laying around, and it is going to be put on the Jeep. I sanded it down to bare metal with one of those wire brush drill bits, and I'm 2 coats in to white paint. I'm going to make the AMC logo, so the red, white, and blue. For those of you who can't picture the AMC logo on a valve cover, you'll understand it when it's done. A couple of little things I noticed now that it's early morning and this paint's cured overnight, but I see some runoff here. It's really difficult because you have to shoot it both ways to fill these in, and so it kind of leaves some excess. I'm gonna probably try to sand this down a little bit later. There's another bit of runoff here. That's about it for the entire thing. Is just this, and then right here. Not sure I can do too much about this bit, but these two I could definitely do. Stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna get this cleaned up a little bit later on today and put another layer of paint on it. So, not in here. This is just to keep the bugs off of it, but yeah. Beautiful morning. Beautiful morning. Okay, catch you guys later. I'm excited about this one. So one thing I'm noticing as I'm working on this is these cans, so this is what I'm using, this Duplicolor stuff. These cans leave a lot of this bumpy shit. Letting this cure in here again. Very fortunate to have a nice screened in location to let this cure where it can air out. So we'll see, either tonight, depending, most likely tomorrow, I will do the mating surface on the bottom. I really shouldn't rush this. I'm just excited to get this project done, but so yeah. Alright, hello everybody. So off camera I did some minor wet sanding, probably invested like 20 minutes into this, and actually it came out excellent. There's very little left and it's smooth. It did unfortunately rub it pretty thin in a couple of spots. It's just how it is because of how angled this is. I couldn't get a good solid even spray, so I will have to come back and touch it up. What I'm thinking is touch it up today, let it dry overnight, probably do a little bit more minor wet sanding because unfortunately just the spray can, the tip on it is just not good. That's why we keep having to do the wet sanding. So do a little bit more wet sanding tomorrow, and then tomorrow night paint the red and the blue, and then it's done. But yeah, a couple of spots. Anyway, I'm gonna finish drying this thing off. Coming out very nice. Catch you later. Okay, so we got the first coat of blue on. It's looking good. I ended up wet sanding it. I figured that wasn't really anything interesting to show, so I didn't really show it. And it did come out really smooth. And then this is the first coat of blue. Probably about 6 minutes here. I put the second coat on. So this stripe, doing this line was the biggest pain ever. Well, here we are. The blue is on. There are a couple of minor spots here, if I can get it to focus, where the paint did bleed a little bit, but I will correct that. Once I'm done with the red, I will tape off the blue and red and just quickly do one last small coat of white just to really settle that in, because I knew that was going to happen. The painter's tape is just like that. It happens to everybody, but I didn't want to use anything stronger. Stronger tape was just going to take up this white paint, because this paint's only a couple days old, so it had to be done. But now that this is off, you can really see how the wet sanding went. It went quite well. Everything's relatively smooth. This is, ironically, this is dirt from the newspaper that I used. So I have to clean that up. But so that's looking good. Give it a little longer before I start taping off for the red. But that actually, the blue came out smooth enough I don't even need to wet sand it. So that's nice. Anyway, I'll see what I can show you for masking it off. If I actually showed you all the video of me taping everything off, even just this alone, it would have been enough film to do an entire documentary on the city of Detroit or something like that. It's just a really tedious and time-consuming process. So for the sake of not wasting time while the paint is drying, I've been trying to decide what to do about this one diagonal line. Since the very beginning of this project, I've been completely unsure. It seems like this is probably the most faithful. I mean, it's just a rough layout, so this needs to be pulled back a bit. And actually, maybe we can do that now. Now we can't. It's stuck. I'll move it. But this is the most faithful. If you don't know the American motor symbol, this is it. If I can get it to focus. So that's the American motor symbol, and as you can see, those two colors take up a similar amount of real estate, but this just seems like a little too much white. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. Just trying to figure it out. Well, this is it. I have the line figured out. Now, it's going to look crooked to you in certain ways, but I assure you it's not. It's very much just the angle. It is so the angle. No matter which way you look, it's going to look, something different is going to look crooked, and that's just how it's going to be, because it's so surfaces are uneven. But that line is indeed straight, and I think that once the paint is on, it'll all come out and make sense. I'm not too heartbroken about this, like I had said before, but a lot of it's just because I did so much wet sanding on this. I mean, I've done 2 rounds of wet sanding. And, with spray paint, the coats that you apply are very thin. It needs another coat anyway for the white. The blue came out perfect, and I'm sure the red will be the same, but that white definitely needs one more coat. So I'm not heartbroken about it. I'll make sure to really get that good. And the nice thing is, as well, as if I decide to do this ever again to another Jeep, I can use this for direct measurements and try to get this. I mean, it'll still be difficult, but it won't be as difficult as inventing the wheel with this one, because I don't know of a straight 6 valve cover like this. So just a little insight on how I'm doing this. I'm pulling off a little bit of this at a time, then giving myself some slack here, and carefully positioning and following the line. And that way, it just gives you the best chance at getting the perfect line. And if you mess up, you don't have to, you don't have to worry about cutting a section of tape and then trying to make it as seamless as possible when you connect the next piece of tape. This is guaranteed seamlessness, and then all you have to worry about is your angles. So, makes it easier. This is just one of those things where the line's going to look weird from any angle you look at it until it's painted, but you got to trust me that this is right. Well, there it is. Probably not going to be. As a matter of fact, I can nearly guarantee there won't be enough time to do that white tonight, but look at that. We'll at least get a big reveal in a little bit. Give it an hour for the paint to harden more, and then I'll pull the tape. Stop doing that. Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey. Don't do that. Manners. Anyway. Catch you in a bit. Well, there it is. I told you it'd look good once it all came together. Isn't that sweet, huh? So this is the front over here. That looks good. Really good. Again, the bleed through a little bit here, and then there's a tiny morsel right here, and that's all of this, including this part here, is going to be corrected tomorrow. But that is done. Ooh, isn't that sweet, huh? Can't wait to see it on the Jeep. I'll probably just update you once it's on, or once I'm putting it on. Trying to get a high angle, but I'm already looking at a lifted vehicle here. So that's it, done. I'd say that looks pretty freaking sweet. I'm gonna try to get a few different hairs kind of further away so you can kind of see what you're getting into if you choose to do this yourself. So that looks good, and that's not too little blue. It doesn't get covered and hidden away. The only thing I had trouble with were these grommets. They were hard with age, so I had to come off this piece, and then I had to I was wrestling with them for a long time. I got the paint a little bit dirty, but I wiped it off the best I could for now. I gotta leave. I got Jeep Rally to go to. Well, I'm gonna have like in 2 hours there at best at this point because of how late I'm running. Anyway, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you were patient and sat through the whole thing. Anyway, catch you later.